Will Sayer from MovieWeb. It's a pleasure to speak with you, Swen. How are you?
Hey, Will, I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Of course, yeah. And congratulations on this latest movie of yours. I thought it was great.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was definitely a fun, wild ride coming
Yeah.
back with the same group
Right.
as the first one. It was definitely fun to see the old gang and do another movie together.
Yes, which brings me to my first question. I was curious which out of the two movies, I've seen them both, of course, which version of Giorgio's did you enjoy playing more between the two
Hmm.
films?
I mean, that's the funny thing is because it is the same character in
Right.
both movies, but he really isn't because he's a completely different person in the second one from where he was in the first one. I would say it was fun to be able to play something completely different because in the first one he was this uptight bank manager in a suit and cocky and a smartass. In the second one, obviously he joins the gang, but there's still that level of cockiness and smartassiness that I brought to the character that kind of tied together. So it was fun to play the same character, but also play somebody completely different.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, like you said, reuniting with the cast much must have been a lot of fun. Doing a second installment. Looking back on it, out of everyone, which, co-star did you find yourself sort of meshing the most with if you had to pick? I mean, I'm sure it was a blast getting along with everyone, but I
I
didn't know
mean,
if
we
there was
really had a
someone in particular.
yeah, I mean, we had a good time all around. I mean, I mean, there's such an ensemble cast, and we all had a great time hanging out together. I think everyone kind of just spent a little time hanging out with every single person, first of all, because it helps and it brings to the movie. And then by the time we started shooting, it's such a rigorous schedule that, by the time you're done shooting at the end of the day, you're saying good night and
Mm.
see you tomorrow. But there were some times when we had off or we weren't shooting where, hang out with Lukas Haas or Noel G. So there was some fun times and some some relaxing time as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Did you, leading up to these movies, did you have a favorite John Travolta movie? Something maybe you grew up watching of his that you've always sort of cherished?
I mean, as far as John's concerned, I think he's just got what I love about him is, he started his career in a certain place and he didn't allow himself to get trapped sort of in that musical dance world, and he just expanded into doing dramas and action, and he's had such a diverse career, which is something that I've admired and something that I look up to because all of his films are so vastly different. Obviously, he's done some of these movies that are very similar, but for the most part, he's just had such a wide variety of fun and exciting movies that I looked up to. And it's hard to say. I think he just brings something special to every movie that he does, and I think that's what's made him so successful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm a big fan of his as well, and I agree with everything you just said. Um, so now after doing High Rollers, which, is AKA Cash Out 2, has the gang or the producers or anyone talked about interest in doing a third movie, a threequel by chance?
I mean, I haven't heard anything, and I'm sure that they're talking about it. I hope they do a third one. Obviously, it's been a successful two, and hopefully the second one gets well received in order to do a third one. So we'll see what happens.
It sounds like you would be on board to join
Oh,
the
I'd
party.
I'd be on board 100%. It's
Yeah.
such a great group of people, and I think we've all become friends. It would be absolutely delightful.
Very cool. And speaking of sequels, I know you were in Den of Thieves 2, which is another successful little franchise that's brewing. Was curious if you wanted to share anything about that experience and
I mean,
if
that
yeah.
was something incredible. I mean, obviously a sequel that I joined, but everybody welcomed me with open arms, and it was just great to be accepted by their family. I mean, I know that they all knew each other from the first one, so coming in to the second one sort of felt like an outsider, but they made sure to make everybody feel welcome. And Gerard Butler was wonderful to work with, O'Shea and the rest of the team. Everybody was, it was just a delight. And I'm glad that it's had the success that it's had because, I mean, it's taken a while to get the second one in the theaters. Obviously, we had COVID in between, so it's just nice that people went to go see the movies and it's as successful as it is because the first one was wonderful. The second one is just as great, so it's a delight to be a part of that sequel as well. Never thought I would be an actor to be in sequels or be a part of franchises like that, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. I think a lot of actors would be jealous, being part of those cool. Yeah, because people love, the cash out movies and Den of Thieves. So that's great. Yeah, must be a lot of
Mhm.
fun. And I was trying to do some research. Is there another project you're currently set to join or something you're working on at
Yeah,
the moment?
I at the end of last year I worked on a pilot for a show down in Mexico with some big director and some big names, and hopefully that gets picked up and it's looking like it's doing pretty good. So hopefully we'll start shooting that in the middle of the year, and then I'll be able to say a little bit more about it. But always hustling, always grinding away, finding the next project, the next big thing, auditioning, getting out there and learning something new in order to bring something exciting to the next characters that I get to play.
Yeah, absolutely. With these cash out movies between, the bank premise in the first one and then the casino with the sequel, I mean, was there anything enlightening about the experience for you? Did you find yourself learning certain things about, I don't know, the crypto world, things you weren't, familiar with? Was
It
there,
would be impossible. I think the biggest thing I learned, it'd be impossible to actually rob a casino. I mean, the way they run their security, it would be pretty impossible. It was great to be able to work in there, and it was very nice for them to open up their doors and letting us shoot in a real casino and have that in the background. But yeah, you're
which
better off playing blackjack at the tables.
which casino was it specifically? I
We
was
were shooting at the Scarlet Pearl in Biloxi, Mississippi.
very cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. It looks great. So, um,
No, it was definitely great for production, but yeah, as far as trying to rob one of those places, good luck.
yeah, don't worry. I'm not getting ideas.
Okay.
Lesson learned. Cool. Well, great. Thank you very much, Sven. It's been a pleasure to chat with you. Congratulations again, and good luck with the pilot.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it and hope to see you soon, Will.